Hello and welcome to Lauren Loves Literature. So this week I'm going to be reading 3 different new adult romance novels on Kindle Unlimited. I'm going to be starting a series on my channel and this is episode 1 of Is It Worth the Hype? This week we're going to be testing out Kindle Unlimited Romance. I already have, I believe, 4 Kindle Unlimited romances under my belt, and I'm going to be adding these 3 and kind of vlogging my experience and talking about how I feel about these books. This is what you are setting in for, is asking the question, is Kindle Unlimited Romance worth it? I hope you guys enjoy this video, and just remember that this video does not reflect all of Kindle Romance. I just chose very popular ones, like the top ones that I could find that I had not already read, and we went from there. I hope you enjoy. Make sure to give this a like and subscribe if you are not, and I will see you guys at the end. Hello guys, I am 20% of the way through The Guy on the Right. Oh my gosh, it is just not good. The writing, you know, there's that saying with writing that's like show don't tell. This is like a full-on tell everything. Like, leave nothing to the imagination. Let's just distinctly tell everything. There was also just a Hitler joke that I just read like right before I turned on my camera. And you know, Hitler jokes are just so appropriate. This book just feels really like immature and just like, it just is so, like, they made a joke about like the girl is like so cool that she makes penises go back into their shells. Like, what? So follows our main character Theo and our other point of view character Lainey as they meet at a party, and Theo has just been sexually assaulted, but because he's a guy in this book, it's a joke and everybody thinks it's funny, and that's never addressed. It's just kind of taken by it's just taken as like, this is okay because he's a dude and it's fine. So that's another big problem I have with this book. But Theo and Lainey meet at a party after Theo has had unconsensual sex, and he basically is just feeling really terrible, and she's feeling really terrible because she just broke up with her boyfriend, and so they kind of form a friendship out of their sorrow. And that's pretty much where I am right now. They're at a bar just having some drinks together right now. This book is just so bad. I have heard so many people loving this book and I just don't get it. It is so immature. It uses slurs, it uses the word gypsy, it makes jokes about being butthurt. Like, it just reads as such immature writing to me and has such like gross things in it. Somewhat more enjoyable. It wouldn't be hard. You could literally do the bare minimum and I would enjoy this more. I am 45% of the way through The Guy on the Right, and I will be DNFing this book right now. I was trying to get to 50% and I just can't do it. This book is just so immature, and like, that's the best word I can use for it, is immature. There's no, like, they're supposed to be in college and there's just so many things that are just not, like, they're brought up but they're never addressed. Like, there's a lot of slut shaming, and our main narrator Theo is very much like, why won't girls have sex with me? And like, it is just bad. It's bad. I tweeted a photo of a passage from this book and so many people were like, what is this? Like, it is just not good. I can't believe that this is as popular as it is. Disgusting. All our main character Theo ever thinks about is sex and how he's the nice guy, and so nobody wants to have sex with the nice guy. And I can't believe I let myself get 45% of the way through, but I wanted to really give it a go for this video. Yeah, no. So I'm not gonna rate it, obviously, because I'm DNFing it, but the biggest disappointment of the year. I think I'm gonna pick up Vicious next by Lj Shen or Shen. Because I feel like I'm actually going to enjoy that one. Hey guys, I am 20% of the way through Vicious by Lj Shen, and I'm actually really enjoying it. It is really cheesy, and also this is not like a 2012 filter over this. I have these lights and it's just making me look very blue. But this follows our main characters Vicious and Amelia as they alternate chapters, and Vicious has always been this super rich guy. It goes in between 10 years prior and the current time, but Vicious has always been super rich and now he runs a law firm, and Amelia used to be the daughter of his servants, that's what they call them, but kind of like a maid. And he made her life a living hell. And I guess the one thing I don't necessarily see in this book is like the chemistry or the heat. Normally in normally in enemies to lovers, there's at least some sort of like playful banter of like, I hate you, but this is literally like he's just making her life terrible, and she's like, that's kind of hot though. Overall, this is 100% better than the guy on the right, which I tried to read, and yes, I'm just having a much better experience with this one. Hello guys, it is the next day and I am 27% of the way through Vicious, and I just have some thoughts. So kind of like what I was going off of last night, Vicious is literally so awful to Amelia. He embarrasses her, he steals her things, he, you know, talks terribly about her, pushes her around, and like every slap to her, you know, just to her as a person, she's like, oh yeah, this is hot, love this. It's so strange to me, like there is no redemption to Vicious so far, in the sense of like he is just an awful person and Amelia is like all for it, and she like, it just doesn't make sense to me like at all. And I'm just reading, and every time he does something terrible, it like goes to her thoughts and she's like, my toes curled, and I'm like, what, girl? Like, he is awful. I don't understand why she's so obsessed with this man who is just awful. That is all I have for you guys right now. Hopefully Vicious somehow gets redeemed, because honestly it's just like borderline abuse at this point and there's no coming back from that. I bet that there's like some deep trauma that's made him this way and all this stuff that I'm gonna learn, but so far I'm like, girl, you can do so much better. Hello guys, I'm in the exact same place you saw me earlier, but now I just have makeup and my hair done. I just can't stop laughing over this. It's supposed to be like serious, but butterflies flung their tiny wings in my chest and my nipples puckered. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. That's the only update I have. Okay, I'm done. Hello guys, I am 50% of the way through Vicious, and finally there's like some substance of like, oh, like this is why he's such a terrible person, and oh, there's kind of like some niceness to Amelia. That kind of creates like a tension that's not like death. I have recovered since that last clip. It just really caught me off guard and just made me giggle. I literally had to tweet about it just because I thought it was so freaking funny. But yes, it is getting more along the lines of like a enemies to lovers kind of thing, where before it was like, I guess you could say enemies to lovers still, but the enemy part was like really, really, really strong. Which I guess if you're into that, like a very, very big contrast between like hate to love kind of thing, then maybe you would like this book. Like I said, I'm only 50% of the way through. There's not much of a plot. A lot of it is, I mean, there is a plot surrounding like a legal battle, that the rest of it is kind of just like Vicious being like, I want that pussy, and then Amelia being like, I mean, like, no, but like kind of yes, but like no. It's fun, it's kind of mindless, but it is fun, and I'm definitely enjoying it more than the guy on the right. So that's where I'm at right now. I will update you guys further down the line in the book, and I will not be looking like this. I will probably be back to my pajamas. Good morning, guys. I just finished Vicious by Lj Shen. I ended up giving it 2 stars. It just felt so toxic, and the plot was just very boring to me. And new adult, I don't know why this is like such a trend. This is my 4th new adult book, but what is up with epilogues about getting married and having children? Like, I just don't get it. Like, there's so much more to life than that. Like, I feel like that's kind of like the stereotypical happy ending is like kids and marriage, and it's just like, why does that have to, like, why did you have to put that in the story? I don't understand. Yes, I gave this 2 stars. It was not my favorite. It stayed pretty toxic throughout the whole thing, and let's keep going. Hopefully Birthday Shot can save this video, and let's go. Hey guys, so I am now 20% of the way through Birthday Shot, and they have said the title of the book 3 times. No, actually 4 times just now. And I don't know why that bothers me so much. Like, I get it once, but like 4 times within 20% is a lot. So this book follows our main characters, Shay and Kofi. Our main characters, Shay and Kofi. Kofi is Shay's older brother's best friend and has been for majority of her life. Shay is like, I think 6 years younger than Kofi. They are kind of getting the hots for each other. Shay really liked Kofi when she was younger, and now they're seeing each other again for the first time, and now they're grown. Shay's birthday is in the book and she's turning 30, and she's just, no, there's only 3 years between them, but Shay is trying to make her birthday shot with Kofi because she's like, you know what, screw it, I don't care if he's my brother's best friend. I'm an adult, he's an adult, we can make adult decisions. It's pretty spicy already, which I like. There's a lot of lust going on. But yeah, it's a very fast-paced book. I'm flying through it. I literally have been reading it for like 20 to 30 minutes and I'm 20% of the way through. So I do love Lj Adams' writing. I've read, what have I read by her? Go Deep by Lj Adams. I've read that and I really enjoyed that as well. So it is Black romance, which I'm trying to read more of just in general. And yeah, so I just think already I'm kind of deciding that new adult romance has like its tropes that are very popular, and then like the older brother or the damaged hero, like the older brother or the damaged hero, those are very popular in new adult. You know, your past coming back to haunt you is another very popular one. And I'm just hoping we don't get an epilogue that's like they got married and had children, because I'm just so tired of that. Like, let me just have fun. I'm gonna get back to reading and I will update you guys later. Hello guys, I am 50% of the way through Birthday Shot by Lj Adams. I am enjoying it. It's very spicy, got me all hot and bothered. It is very nice. I will say that there's this one part where I can't tell you. That would spoil it. I can't tell you. This is definitely a best friend's brother romance. Like I said, it follows Shay and Kofi as they start to fall in love now that they're both adults, and Shay's brother is really not happy about it because he's like, that's my best friend, and dude, that's my sister. And so they're kind of keeping the relationship a little bit secret. This book is mainly just like my other Lj Adams experience book, very smut heavy, and I am really enjoying it. I think it's really well written smut, and it's just a fun time. So I'm going to read some more of it. I'll probably catch up with you tomorrow. I have a class at 7. I'll have to be up at 7 for this in-person class I have. And so I'm gonna not try and stay up super late tonight because I will be dead in the morning if I stay up super late. Hello again. That was a wild ride of a few days. So for Kindle Unlimited romance, I have read Dear Ava by Ilsa Madden Mills, Punk 57 and Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas, Go Deep by Lj Adams, and then the 3 books that you just saw me read. I have now also DNF'd 2 books, that being what you guys saw earlier with the guy on the right, and also Leo Loves Aries by Sunday. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce her name. Kindle Unlimited romance has felt very hit or miss for me. As you can tell by my ratings, I gave like Birthday Girl and Punk 57 like 1 to 2 stars, and then I gave books like Dear Ava and Birthday Shot 4 to 5 stars. So here's the thing with Kindle Unlimited romance. One thing that you're definitely getting yourself into, unless it is explicitly stated, is some erotica or some smut. That is just a common theme that I have noticed throughout reading Kindle romance, is that it is very smut heavy. Maybe not even very smut heavy, but there is some smut in some form in every book that I have either read or tried to read. I don't know if that's just a product of the genre or it's just the books that I somehow ended up picking up, all of the ones that had sex in them, but that is something that I noticed. So I think that's interesting that we kind of associate becoming an adult with sex. I could have a whole discussion on this and bring some great asexual friends into this conversation, but I just think it's weird that, I don't know if it's like trying to I don't know if it's trying to appease an audience and kind of draw people in with this sex, but it's hard to find a new adult, even thinking to like Red, White, and Royal Blue and the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, where there isn't sex, but it almost is feeling like in order to be a functioning young adult, not young adult like YA, but like early new adult, you have to have sex, which just feels a little strange. I also noticed that these books were very trope heavy. I know that pretty much every book in the world has some trope in it. Like, that's just kind of how writing goes, is you find a trope that works and you work with it. But these books are very heavy in very common tropes among themselves. So like the really grumpy bad boy falls in love with the really soft sunshine girl, or like really terrible pasts make them all rugged and hard to love. There's like forbidden romance is a big one as well. So Birthday Girl was this girl's boyfriend's father that she fell in love with. And then you have Birthday Shot, where she falls in love with her brother's best friend, which is another kind of forbidden romance. And then you have, which I have not read, you've got a ton of books that are surrounded like mafia, where people are being sold and then fall in love through that. So I feel like forbidden, taboo romance is very popular in this genre as well. Would I say that this genre on Kindle Unlimited is the top quality of writing? No, I wouldn't. I think that it is just trope-filled fun that is just a good time to read and kind of can take your mind off stuff. Even if it's not the best, like for me, Punk 57 was not my favorite book, I was still really entertained just because of how, I don't want to say trashy, but just like how fun and kind of carefree those books feel in comparison to some heavier books like in fantasy and contemporary books that aren't new adult Kindle romance. And even comparing the writing styles of Kindle Unlimited to a new adult such as Red, White, and Royal Blue, you can definitely tell that there is differences in the terms of, I don't know if Kindle Unlimited is more, in my opinion, more just fun and not so much about the writing but more about the plot and the story, whereas published works I feel like work a little bit harder on the writing aspect of new adult. I obviously have not read every Kindle Unlimited book out there, but these are just my opinions on it. I think that they're a lot of fun, they're full of tropes, and I mean, you pay one price and you get all of them. So I feel like that's a pretty good deal if you are looking for a fun time, you enjoy erotic books, you enjoy very kind of mindless reading. I think Kindle Unlimited is worth the hype. I think it's a fun time, and I think that a lot of times, especially in the book community, we think everything has to be this mind-blowing, life-changing kind of read, when in reality you can just have fun with reading, and that is okay. You can just read something trashy, read something that gets you hot and bothered, read something that is just fun for the purpose of being fun. And I think that that is kind of what Kindle Unlimited is all about, is just having a fun time for a good 300 to 400 pages. So is Kindle Unlimited romance worth the hype? I would say yes. I think it's fun, I think it is a good time, and I think it's just overall just a fun time. Like, I can't use another word besides fun because that's really what it is. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was definitely something new to me to try, kind of like the vlogging my experience. I had a lot of fun with this video, and I'm hoping to make more in this Is It Worth the Hype series. And I'm gonna try and read some books that are hyped up that I have not had the interest in reading, or I didn't necessarily like what I started reading. I'm gonna try and read books like Six of Crows, The Poppy War, things like that. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye.